Hello, everyone. For the life of me, I cannot sleep before my work shift at midnight. So I decided to get on here and record sort of a tutorial and show you a little bit about my workflow with my DAW program that I use. All right, there we go. Hopefully, you can see everything because I'm only using one screen right now. That's why you got that sort of vortex a second ago. So here we have some different variables of guitar recordings. These are all different sessions. The top two are the main guitar rhythm, and I'll go through the whole thing, including the chorus riff. And then I have two sets of chorus riffs, each with just a DI, which is a non um, amplified guitar rhythm of the same nature. In correspondence, I have it cut halfway down so that we have a verse section basically, and then like a chorus section basically. And this is what I usually start off with when I start composing and writing and putting things together, and then I start mixing, matching, and putting in other things along the way. And if you listen to this, you can tell it's kind of mono and it's just bland recording. And then we go into the chorus part. Okay, you get the idea. But you could hear in the background, like, all the amplifier static and stuff and all that. What we want to try to do is try to make the monotone of all of the recordings sort of stereo, um, blend them in, and make them sound more upfront. And at the same time, we're going to try to cut off some of that distortion in the background. Um, so what I do is in the effects. Um, these just automatically pop in and out for some reason. So I'm going to add one of my favorite um, plugins, Vocal Finalizer. And believe it or not, yes, I use Vocal Finalizer to help increase the value and quality of my vocals, but it also works the same thing. It's the same way with instruments. You have all the same tools to set up with instruments. And now that this kind of set up, I'm gonna back out. I did use the VST3 version of that, so if your computer doesn't accept VST3s yet, there's also a regular VST version of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all 8 tracks and I'm gonna turn up the. You have two different effects this here. You have 1 and 2, and that corresponds with these little dials here. This will be 1, and that'll be 2, and that's with every single channel. Layers basically turn into mixer channels, and then you can sort of blend everything together that way. So I'm gonna take FX channel 1 and turn every single one of those all the way up. Okay. And then I'm going to slide this over this way just so I have the play button module. And then I'm going to select Vocal Finalizer, dial that back in. Now that we've got it up, we can actually hit play and see how it sounds just on the default settings that I have for it. So already we have a little bit of doubler, delay, reverb. Everything's tuned up. The intensity for the compression is all the way up. Excuse me. And then we're going to go into compression. We're going to turn the intensity all the way up. I'm going to select hard. And I'm going to turn the noise gate up, or the gate threshold, and just kind of play with that. Or actually, I'm going to wait and make sure I can hear everything. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of fix all these. And I'm going to hit play while kind of like messing around and trying to figure out maybe the best sound for this thing. So here we go. Okay, we've got the kind of the best sound for that, and making it sound a little bit more upfront. So on that note, the next thing we're going to work on is the De-Esser. And the De-Esser in the name is exactly as it sounds. It gets rid of the hissing noises like tss, and you'll hear some of that a little bit in the background noise of the amp distortion. So it's kind of needed to kind of get rid of those little hisses while you're trying to gate out the background noise. So for this, I'm probably just going to go ahead and turn these all the way up. It'll smooth out those little hissing sounds. So we're gonna play a little bit. See, that's not as much treble pitch there. So now we're going to try to get rid of the background noise a little bit by turning up the gate and see what that does. See, I had to kind of adjust to get that middle ground there, because if you cut off too much, then you're cutting off the foreground, and that's never a good thing either. Alright, now that we've kind of fixed it, made it sound a little bit better, made the quality sound a little bit more up front, you know, and a lot less monotone there. And it's probably one of the many techniques that audio masters use. I'm not an audio master, so I know that when I'm finished with these audio tracks for my album, I'm probably going to send them through to mastery anyway, just to make sure that I have, you know, somebody else on the other side going, okay, this will sound a lot better. And then they'll put it through like a compression thing. And that way, not only will it be mastered and have all the sounds in my audio tracks, but also sound good on every single audio system, whether it be your iPhone or your car stereo or your home stereo, wherever, or even a Bluetooth speaker, which most people use. So I'm going to exit out of this. So we're done with Finalizer, and well, we're done with Finalizer for now. If I'm going to add vocals to this later, I'm probably going to use Effects 2 and work on the vocal bit. So the next thing I want to add is kind of like a little beat, or not necessarily a drum at the moment, but something that would sound a little bit more into it. So I have this little like Beatbox tool, and it has a bunch of different, or it has a few different ones. I haven't really. I mean, I looked into it. I didn't really, purchase the full thing to get all of the gear for it. But I'm liking the tools so far because I could select whatever style I want, and then whatever size beat I want. So if I want more beats in, and then I could even add my own, wherever. And I could play with it. I can sit all these on mute, and I can play with it around. And I can figure out where, things go. And you have a set of drum tools, kick A, kick B, snare, hi-hats, tooms, whatever, percussions. And it all fits into what goes up on here, because these are 4-bar beats. You have 4. You have a set of 4, so that's 4, 8, 12, 16. So you have 16 beats total, and then it repeats itself from there. So, like, without it, it'll just sound like this. Right, and then you could do a test run. See, it's right here on this. It's kind of clear, but it needs that little space for this to work. And when I want to run it, I will press the play button, and then I'll press the play up here, and the beats will go along with whatever's going on up here. So I've got 2 little modules that I've created, 1 and 8, which probably sound best. I want to use 8 for like the lesser beat for the verse, and then the higher beat for the chorus. So I'm going to hit play, and then hit play up here, and you'll hear the beat go along with whatever's going on up here. And for the verse part of it, I'm going to go ahead and play this for you really quick. Actually, it's the chorus. So you get kind of the idea. So I'm actually going to start it here. Actually, to make it a little less long for you guys, I'm going to chop it down to 8 bars. So we'll go, we'll start out with 8, and then as soon as, like, I can do this live while it's playing, as soon as it gets to right here where the verse starts, or the chorus starts, I can just immediately switch it to 1 like that. So 8, and then we're going to hit play. something I can listen to all day, man. It's really nice. I think I'm doing a good job with this. And this will be one of the many tracks on my album. It's just going to take a while. Um, you know, it takes a good chunk of time. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that I can continue to work on this, hopefully every day, and hopefully have everything I need by the summertime, so that you have an album for me for the summertime. So I can't make any guarantees on that, but well, that's been sort of like my workflow on the DAW programs that I'm using. If you have any questions or if you feel like I missed something, I don't know, hit me up. This will be on YouTube, and then I'll switch it over to Facebook. If they try to say that any of this is copyrighted, I'm going to go to the corporate office and I'm going to find Mr. Zuckerberg and smack the living crap out of him. Because honestly, I'm getting tired of it. All right. Until next time, take care of yourself.